still going to serve as that dive buddy along with the Nocturne. He also brings a good amount of lane prio into the bot side with his passive and his Q. Cryin rounding it out with the expected pick. He's been a big victor.
Yeah, they keep on toying with the idea. Way's on the Drake though right now. Mako's moving over, but the Drake's taken. Looks like EDG would like to punish this one. JJ not level 6 just yet, but Scout is straight onto Ming. Flash available, gets over the wall to safety, but JJ follows for more. He's got a 1v3, and he sacrificed his life. Bit of an overstep from the EDG jungler, and now a TP comes in. RNG versus EDG has begun, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going all the way in favor of RNG, but there's 100% win rate on the blue side. They're on the blue side of the map. They started with this first pick, Nocturne. It's getting knocked away. Double mark here. That's a double lilting lullaby coming through. JJ can follow up onto Xiaohu, the fear being tethered in, but nice explosive cast to push him away. JJ following for more. Scouts here as well. In they go, trying to find the fight, but it's JJ to go down first. Way getting out into the brush. And this is all going the way of RNG to start things off. Way with a second kill. Scout getting chased over the wall. The Chaos Storm will finish the job alongside Xiaohu. And
leading the charge a lot of the time ahead. It does feel like a necessary part as JJ
just flashes straight in and Flandre. It doesn't matter that he recalled because he's Nocturne. JJ gets the kill. We'll have complete knowledge this is happening, but as you rightly say, with flashes down, with ultimates down, not really a good moment for them to fly. So RNG will on a ward, clearing the vision right here. Lyric, we've got a 5v5 on our hands, I think, is in. Goes Scout, trying to get Gala, but Ming denies it. Flashes with a double pulverize. Viper is locked up and finished off immediately. Scout knocks him away, but all he does is play for safety here. Flandre can't go in. Scout now locked up with the Everfrost. Xiaohu outplays his opposing mid laner. And now the fight continues as EDG just have to flee for the hills.
And Ming was pressure and advantage on the opposite side of the map as JJ is starting Herald. It does look like Scout should be also to take that top turret. But I'm going to go back to a point you made about Xiaohu on Gragas because, you know, top lane Gragas, I think a very contentious pick, does get a lot of hate about how it is played. But my biggest problem with Gragas is to them walking into topside river and trying to get some more vision control.
Yeah, this should be the... Oh, hang on. Ming goes in here. Way's there. It's just to try and force them away. Actually protects the tower, kind of. It's not about what HP will go down.
We saw what Ming can do if he gets onto a target. But if EDG look for the engage, again, I think Flandre needs to lead the charge. Mako needs to follow up with the ultimate. Viper and Scout kind of on the back line, with JJ providing a bit of peel through his Q and his ult.
All right. Well, Flandre is going to be on a ward, goes into the backline. Here comes the Galio. It's a bit of a knock-up, but it's not enough damage here. Cryin almost finishes off Flandre. In the meantime, the Dragon down to half. Scout goes for the ulti. Onto Way, but he doesn't have the damage. Just gets 1v1'd in the pit. Flandre's forced out. This will be Drake for RNG. That's a Mountain Soul. And this is onto the Baron. You know, Mako, he's going to try and make an attempt here. I don't see any universe where him and Viper alone can stop this one. The Baron goes down, and RNG are miles ahead now of where they were right now. Secret Agent on a mission. It is time for EDG to make a play to try and turn this game around. TP comes in, Scouts behind them, onto Cryin with the Empress Divide. Cryin is caught, has a Zhonya slow to keep himself alive. Flandre doesn't quite have the damage, finally finishes that one off, but it's 1-for-1. That's not good enough for EDG, and now they're getting chased down and cut down where they stand.
They look for that play. They need to try and find any small advancement or punishment that they can. But the stopwatch bought so much time, the rest of RNG are able to follow up. And Wei right now is even massive, just able to find that kill on Flandre himself.
Pieces placed together, they'd managed to sneak Scout in, they'd managed to try and make a play that RNG weren't going to be ready for. But maybe there is no...
EDG themselves were making.
Oh, Mako stepped a little too far forward here. He's caught, and that is a beautiful combo from Xiaohu.
But ultimately, the choices are still in RNG's hands.
Here's the thing. Blue side has been 100% win rate, or at least all the carries hitting 3 items from RNG. It feels kind of impossible to go for those plays. And RNG can just play this slow, or not. They could just one-shot Viper instead. Why play it slow when Viper steps up in front of you? And now easy team fights. Gala's free firing on the backside. Scout gets an ultimate on just Ming, who already has his ult. Ticket away. Gala gets himself another couple. So does Wei. The double-double coming through. RNG are here to play.
And it's crazy, Munchables, because it wasn't like a really fast, bloody game, but it was a very dominant, decisive, and controlled game coming out from RNG in Game 1.
And I think really importantly, this is still RNG, not necessarily just playing towards that top side like we saw all season, right? We came in and we were criticizing them for not just counter-picking for Xiaohu all the time. They went for the counter pick for Cryan here. They played towards the bot side, and it's worked out beautifully for them. The Nexus will fall, and RNG start the lower bracket final off in style. Counter the Victor that we talked about will be the last pick. I will say I do like the Nautilus more than the Leona here, just because the two reasons, right? Nautilus with Kai'Sa feels real good. And look at Wei now, wants to use that opportunity. Ming moves in as well. Mako and Viper want to contest this crab. On to Wei they go, looking for a kill for themselves. The jungle is moving over. Wei, low on HP. Viper wants to make the play, but Ming stops him with the Nautilus. This is what we were talking about. The staggering blow denies the rocket jump. Now Gala's arrived. Can he save Ming? The heal comes through, and RNG get away with it again. Cryan's here on the backside for first blood. Viper's gone too far, and EDG are torn asunder.
Amazing plays coming out.
Blastcone's back in. This will be the first Drake, though, importantly, for RNG. And for 2 games running.
RNG, it's going to continue to be that bot lane.
Oh, Ming, you're in a whole heap of trouble. Gets the flash out, though. Viper's in it. It doesn't
Should be at least 1 plate for Gala, so can guarantee 2 more. Force them off the wave. Maybe force Viper to lose some golden XP, but a
still
dive!
only level 5. He is not tanky enough for this. Exasperated, mate. Talk to me. What's going on in your head? What's upsetting you? Because I feel like you're getting frustrated at what we're witnessing here today.
Munchables, I feel like we all just don't know anything about this game. RNG have more mythics, so instead JJ goes for the decision.
They can go for this. The TP's coming through. They want the dive. Looking for Ming to start this one off, but he had a stopwatch, so he's fine on this one. All 5 members coming in, but EDG, actually it was a teleport cancelled, and it means that Xiaohu gets to go in strong in this fight. In they go with Gala getting more. Mako falls. Xiaohu's on 4.
Here, this mid turret, so another injection of gold, and we're going to be sitting close to a 5k gold lead.
Honestly, that is more than run stun jobs done. That is run stun and glowing evaluation. Gold lead. EDG just starting straight, trying to burst this one out. Xiaohu is nearby on the other side, but he's not into the wall. JJ trying to finish the Drake. Does get that third Drake, but at what cost here? Because the rest of his team is just getting scattered to the wind. Scout desperately trying to escape, and a nice stun comes out. Will be 2 going down as RNG one more. Cryan taking this into his own hands.
I was told RNG are the underdogs. I was under the belief that EDG were going to come in with a great early game. They were going to be really great. Like,
we want to see how EDG play this. The Meganar is about to be up. We need to see if JJ, if Flandre, if Mako can find their way onto Cryan and Gala.
Let's see how this one can go down. It will be a Cloud Soul, so actually this is not the end of the world, but it doesn't matter. These 2 teams are posturing for a fight at EDG. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm a little bit nervous for you in this one if it's a straight 5v5, because that gold lead, you're staring down a barrel right now. Wei's going to back off, but he does have a blast cone to get into the pit if he needs to. Flandre's and Meganar, RNG could just wait this out forever.
Exactly. They can just be patient. I like the way that they've been trying to play off a flank as well. Dominus comes out, though, for Xiaohu.
Oh, Flandre just gets the ult off onto 1 before turning into the mini Gnar here. But EDG, a real tanky. In they go. Xiaohu with the dominance on everyone here. Shockwave whiffs, though. It's a double for Gala to start this one off. Ming pulls in Scout, and Gala can just continue to clean house here. Triple for him as Wei chases JJ down, but JJ's a horse. He's fast as out. Jumps towards the blast cone. Wei is desperate to chase him down, but he's just a homeless man in a bear suit. There's nothing he can do, and JJ knows it. Just running ring around the roses on the blast cone, and he's out of there. It's hilarious to see.
Wow. Sad for the homeless man in a bear suit. I actually had no idea that's what Udyr was, but yeah, Munchables. For that fight, I think Xiaohu and Gala just completely popping off. It was nice to see from EDG that, you know, they were recognizing the flank. They force Wei from behind. But at the same time, you also pointed out the Mega Gnar for Flandre. They timed that one out perfectly. They waited. They're going to pick up a Baron. Sure, EDG are going to get this Dragon. But when we're sitting on now an 8, maybe 9k gold lead for the side of RNG, I mean...
Phenomenal for RNG. Lyric, I didn't expect to say this. They're on the cusp of going 2-0 in the
wave. The members of EDG are going to be slower to move up, and it's just going to be more gold into the pockets of RNG.
About soloing the Drake. This will be another one for RNG here, putting them on Cloud Soul Point.
We know those EDG fans as much as we follow them on Twitter. We know who they are. They're going to be disappointed.
Oh, we certainly do. Here we go. Fight kicks off. Mako on the front line. He just ain't tanky enough, though. Viper's going to get knocked up. Scout forced out of the fight as well. And this feels like it's over before it's even begun. There's a good knockup from Mako. There's no real follow-up here. And so RNG
you can always like look for the flash stun. But still, this might be the best chance that EDG are going to get to try to turn this into a coin flip, because we do have the ultimate for JJ.
Oh, shockwave from Crying. He wants a series win for himself. They will answer with 1 kill. Flandre's going to go down, though, and Gala is just so enormous. Double from him. Flashes to take down Viper, but the double stopwatch, there's one on either side, and in goes Xiaohu to finish the Korean AD carry. It's easy pickings for RNG. They were just sandbagging the previous series. It was all a bait. They're actually the best team in the league.
And we said it, when the shockwave would come out, members of EDG would just get popped, and RNG are aggressive enough to follow the play.
Unbelievable performance coming out here from RNG. 2 wins on the trot in dominant style against EDG, and they already pushed themselves to match point. Early game that we got to see versus FPX. This is not drafting agency to be able to play the map early on. This is saying, RNG, the early game is yours. Do what you can with it. Split in the professional league. And we're in the lower bracket final. This is a huge step forward for them as players, and they are surrounded by veterancy that can set them up. Gala and Ming looking for the 2v2 because there's a TP from Xiaohu as well. Viper is taken out of the game once more. Mako will go down as well. It's 2 for 1 for RNG, because in the meantime, Crying got caught in the mid lane.
And we've seen this all series. We even saw this up against FPX, and RNG's loss, that Xiaohu now is dedicating so many TPs down towards that bottom lane. I think we should be fine. Flandre almost mega, but Wei does have flash. I like you highlighted the pick coming off in the mid lane as well. We didn't get to see what happened. There were actually no flashes burnt on either side, so I'm not quite sure how they locked down Crying, were able to kill him without Udyr having to flash stun or Crying being able to flash away.
Yeah, I'm not sure, as we're going to have a 1v1 between Flandre and Wei. Flandre dodges the axe, though, and that should mean... Oh, never mind. There's a TF. Doesn't matter. Scout now comes in, looks for the revenge kill, tries to finish off Wei, but he sacrificed his life maybe for this one. Crying gets the gold card. Didn't lock it in time. He could have double-W'd, but he didn't go for it. JJ gets a Drake in the meantime, and out of nowhere, suddenly we're at 100 miles an hour, Larry.
I still think even had he locked in the gold card, he probably still would have lived, because his gravity field placement was very good, not allowing Xiaohu to be able to follow up had he flashed over it, but we are going to get a replay. Actually, just the wave was bouncing back from Crying's tower. He's, pushing up, and they just run in and kill him. No flashes needed, no real damage, nothing special. Oh, is Xiaohu maybe finding something special in the mid lane?
Recall from JJ. They don't actually have vision of JJ recalling here, so he will just get away with that one. They're looking for Scout. Gold card available. Here we go. Flash for the stun. In comes Xiaohu. See you later, Scout. Up in the top side. Very lucky for them to get away with that one. We do have a dive on the top side while a 2v2 happens on the bot lane as well. Gala looking for Viper once more. Viper does not get to play in this series. Does actually somehow get out with his life. JJ's here to answer. Gala can't answer for the kill. Viper survives.
Is losing a bunch of EXP, a bunch of gold right now. Viper and Mako should be able to pick up a plate as well. And gold is going to stay pretty even.
I'm not sure what Ming was trying to do there. I'm not sure if he was trying to last hit the Grump, but just ends up taking a few hits and then running away. First tower taken by RNG.
Because JJ is going to try and say, hey, we can't contest bot side. We're going to try and play around this Jace up top. I'm not sure if Flandre is building a wave because we haven't panned over it yet, but there could be an avenue there. Even Scout is hovering towards this side of the map.
Oh, there's definitely an avenue. Xiaohu's in trouble. He's not getting away with 10 HP this time, says JJ. The stun is there. The layered CC, the damage from Scout.
They've also made one adaptation from the previous 2 games where we saw them consistently trying to match RNG, and even further than like
He
posture.
spotted everyone out, but didn't actually go for the port. What goes up towards the top lane here just to match Scout and clear those minions away. Scout's going to have TP up, I think, just before Spellbook. I don't know if the teleport would be available for him, but with a Herald here, looks like RNG are just going to answer on the opposite side and potentially trade a tier.
Again, it's something we've said many times, is the fact that when you have something like a Victor, you have this like really annoying wave clear. And you yourself don't have Crine set that one up a little bit ago. They group mid, and EDG anticipated that to happen. They group mid prematurely. Ming a bit low.
Two teams, and EDG finally start the Drake off. RNG trying to contest. Here we go. Team fight on our hands. In goes Ming with the Gravity Storm. Mako taking a lot of damage, as is Flandre, but he's forced to the back of the pit and taken down. RNG start off strong as Crane goes in, but it's 1-for-1 support for top laner. The Chaos Storm. Way will fall, and EDG finally find themselves some advantages, chasing for more as they look for Crane, but they realize it's too far, and they settle for a Drake.
Munchables, that one started off beautifully to me. I love the way both.
Yeah, Rage Knife in the pocket of Viper, so he has a good amount of damage. This is visible. You can see the control ward in the back of the pit from RNG. They can see the health bar. They know exactly what's going on. The damage from the Jace is huge. Ming goes in and finds the opportunity. Nara against the wall, though. It's 1-for-1. Support's going down as the damage is insane. The Chaos Storm shreds RNG. In goes Flandre, and EDG finally find the fight.
You just don't run into a Victor and a Senna, Munchables. It's not going to be a good time. Scout popping off, putting down all that damage, and EDG are making this game competitive. Again, it's only a few thousand gold lead, but with the scaling difference, with the composition difference, with how Dragon and teamfight heavy this meta is, it feels more like a 5 to 10k gold difference on the side of EDG right now.
This feels absolutely massive. And again, we talked about how EDG love to control the choke points. RNG just funnel in a single file line into Gravity Storm. It felt like they thought that that was the big play to win the game. It was not. They couldn't finish the kills. And now a dive coming out from EDG. They know that they're in control of the game, and they are willing to flex their muscles. Down the bottom lane, they barrel with a Baron buff. This might be an in.
And we see that RNG know that they can't contest, so they're trying to answer on the opposite side of the map. They're allowing EDG to push this one in. They're trying to get more gold on Xiao, who does take that one down. He is going to keep going. I think their best bet's to trade inhibitor for an inhibitor. I wonder if EDG would just
feels like now they're reaping the rewards of that controlled early game. They get a Drake on top of it. They got the bot lane. Azir flanks, where he was just getting one shot in the fights in game number 1, game number 2 as well. Really unable to have an impact here in game 3. It feels like he has been set up for success by the rest of his team. Him and Viper both. After the rough early game for Viper, it doesn't matter. He's on the center. They can go for this. They can look for more. Tower goes down. Flandre has to back away.
They need to group up as 5-man. They need to hope that these accelerated shock blasts hit some priority targets now that, you know, Xiao's been sitting on the Sorrel.
On crying right now in the mid lane. He's having the time of his life. Ming almost getting caught. The crash down to get him out, but is it enough here? CC chain coming through. The wallop is there. Ming doesn't get to move. The Dawning Shadow to finish it off. And they might get a bonus kill onto Wei as well. Flashes out safety, gets out with his life. Massive value out of that item now. Baron is just going to be started here by EDG, and I don't think RNG can even contest this one. It's already down to 6,000. Wei is not going to be able to get in the pit if EDG just burst this, but they're deciding to fight here. Gold card goes in. Mako just saves his teammates. Flandre turns Mega. RNG can't really commit to the fight. With Ragnarok now on cooldown, it's time for Flandre to go in. Good damage there, but it's a Gravity Storm to answer. Dawning Shadow is shielding for days. There's Scouts go down first. RNG are actually turning this one. Xiao, who we said he needed to carry, and carry he shall. The Spring Emperor himself, the Tiger, steps forward, and RNG look for more.
And honestly, RNG might be able to close out. JJ is doing his best to clear out this wave. He's actually succeeding, so RNG won't be able to have a wave to end out the game. They're gonna have to turn to Baron, but Munchables, what is going on?
I don't know. Wei and JJ chasing around blast cones again for the second game in a row. Baron will be taken here by RNG, Joe. This is a huge swing. They don't know. They lack critical information.
Munchables, I need to highlight how important it was that JJ killed that wave. Because honestly, RNG might have been able to end the game. It could have just been done. Now EDG get another chance. Sure, RNG have Baron. RNG are now also on Solar, the big zoner for EDG at this point in time. They take him down, and we're still going. RNG are low.
Yeah, Shock Blast soaked by JJ. Keep your eyes on Xiaohu. He's the savior of RNG. He's the guy that's got to step up if they want to finish this one in style. Getting the Baron buys RNG time. It stops EDG from snowballing, but it's not something RNG can use proactively here. It's only a defensive measure for them right now. JJ to regroup with his team here. It's RNG clustering up. And they want long fights. They want to be able to just poke away with Xiaohu if they can.
And that's why Baron is so nice for them, right? Because they can use that wave as a buffer to keep EDG in front of them while they need to clear. Flandre completely flops the ultimate.
Yeah, there was an attempt. We give him a bronze star on that one. A for effort,
And look
but,
at
D
the
for
cooldown.
execution.
Look at the cooldown,
also,
Munchables.
hang on, Viper takes a shock blast to the side right there. RNG might find a fight. Dawning Shadow across the squad here, but actually the damage is there from EDG. They're fighting at a choke point again. Cryon's on the backside trying to answer. He's finishing off health bars. EDG alone. Gala's there as well. Way on the scene. Cryon trying to finish the health bars off, but he's alone in the world. Doesn't have any cards. His deck has run dry, and EDG managed to find another fight.
And we have 40 to 50 second death timers, Munchables. I think this might be enough for EDG to end, but when will they learn, Munchables? The choke points! You don't go into the choke points!
Their actions have consequences. When will they learn? EDG finally get themselves on the scoreboard here. It was a slog of a game, but the scaling wins out. The team fighting from EDG wins out. They get onto the Nexus towers. Ming only just respawning, but he's not going to be able to protect this one by himself. The Gravity Storm is there to finish it off. And EDG take down the Nexus and keep their hopes alive in the series.
And that game was much closer. Draft is very interesting because there's no true tank on their side. But now EDG, this time around, are the ones opting into a bit more early pressure, having that winning top lane matchup as well.
Xiaohu's about to turn Mega, which does make this a lot harder to execute on. Will have his ultimate available, jumps away, gets both of the carries. Xiaohu, I don't even care that he died. That was beautiful. If Cryon face checks Scout, he can get one shot, but Scout's been spotted. Scout actually is in a bit of trouble right here. Gala could ult forward for him. Is going to go for the play. Has this rated Dirk, but it doesn't matter because Ming just gets one shot. Gala's down as well.
Was a good thing for EDG.
Oh, look at that ward in the river. Spots out Cryon on the roam, and it means that now the play can happen on the bottom side. EDG looking for Gala. The fear will find two. In goes Viper for a bit of redemption. JJ cuts down Ming for the kill. And this is an opportunity now on the bottom side to look for a tower. In the meantime, Wei and Xiaohu will find the first tower of the game.
It's getting true. It's going to be close.
Not even Tristana can deal with the last
Probably
play.
the worst performing member of EDG throughout playoffs so far. If you remember back to the EDG series versus
the shenanigans are afoot, and suddenly he sees Florida Man over the wall and has to start running for the escape. Wave flashes though, Shockwave pulls Flandre back into the fray. He has to all in, he has to look for anything. But in the meantime, the rest of the game has ended in the mid lane. I don't even know what happened, but a bunch of kills went the way of EDG.
That was so confusing because RNG rotated Xiaohu down first while Flandre was still pushing in a wave top. So I expected RNG would just be very decisive at trying what Xiaohu was doing. We're seeing Scout just catch waves on the opposite side. As Flandre doesn't have a flash, Flandre's probably dead.
Or maybe not, because he knocks Xiaohu away as the ult comes through. Maybe he still dies anyway. Okay, well, he tried. It looked good, but he still goes down, taken down by a Nara and a Bearman. In the meantime, what can EDG do on the top side of the map? Scout looking to answer with a tier 1 here. Should be able to do so.
I think EDG are still fine in a situation like this, right? Because we see that the only play available for RNG is creating picks.
He's incredibly competent on Gala, just about gets out with his life here. EDG find themselves a tier 2. What RNG are doing on the map here, Cryon pushing all the way to the tier 2. I don't think he's going to be able to stay and push, but it looks like he might go for it anyway. Scout is on the way, as is Mako, but I think the tower might just go down in time. Can Mako and... Gala will be able to get mid-prio at very least. As, oh, here's the opportunity for RNG. Looking for a pick onto Viper, but they don't get it. JJ in from this side here. Ultimate is available. The scat of the week from Scout is unbelievable. And RNG are kicked straight out of the fight. Xiaohu wants to extend it though as he goes on to Flandre looking for a solo kill. Shockwave gets 2. In they go. 3v5. They find themselves a kill. Xiaohu has absolutely no fear of EDG at this point in the game, apparently, as he pushes for more. Crying here. Ming looking for a flank on this Rakan. As JJ tries to face check in. It's a good stun onto Wei, but they can't quite commit to it just yet. Crying off on the backside. Shockwave only onto 1. It's Viper, though, and he's low already as the fight begins. Dragon completely ignored. It's forgotten about because they found a pick onto Flandre, and RNG find themselves another. RNG have to contest here. This is EDG's comfort zone, fighting in those chokes. Scat of the week goes wide, though. That's the opportunity. Xiaohu flashing in. Gnar into the wall. And RNG look for the fight. 1 for Crying immediately. Garland jumps straight on towards Flandre. He's low. Doesn't have the damage to turn it around. It's going to be 1 for 1, though. Mid laners going down here as Mako steps on forward. The ultimate comes out from Scout to turn it around. 3 for 3. Viper jumps forward, looking for more. Scuttlecrab in the middle of everything. He's just Switzerland right now. He's neutral and he wants cover. But Viper charging on forwards. And Ming jumping over to the team, getting a bit of healing off, making Mako looking for another engage, looking for another knock-up. Keep your eyes for Scat of the week. Scout can turn this. Won before. This guy is an MSI champion, and he wants that feeling again. JJ chasing him down, though. He's not Mega Gnar just yet. He will be pushed back towards the rest of the team, but there's a fight on 2 halves right here, and the pick onto Scout is massive for RNG. Xiaohu threatening on the backline. He's about to turn Mega here. Can't get the ult off. Knocked away by Flandre, but Gala's carrying the fight instead. Flandre now locked up by the Stride Breaker. This is the fight that RNG needed.
EDG, I'm surprised.
There's no way.
I kind of thought they'd still contest. But much was the outplay.
On top of it, this should just be the Drake taken before the fight even goes on. And RNG even up on Soul.
Yeah, he should be able to lock this one down. I think for the side of RNG, they've still been playing the map well. They're gonna. And that's it.
Actually, the CS numbers are going up, I will say, across the board. EDG are in trouble. Here we go. RNG looking for the fight here, but it's completely denied. Nobody is allowed in, but it's going to be Scout caught out. He went too deep on the play, and now Viper, the sole carry for EDG. RNG want to force more. They'll get at least a tier 2 here, but you know Xiaohu wants to make...
ultimate. Looks like RNG can just burn this one down.
They're actually going to get it as well. EDG would just have to soul. Scout has TP in 10 seconds time. If EDG can stop recalls, maybe they could find a pick, but it's actually going to be Xiaohu TPing in. Oh no, it's Crying on the backside. It's both of them. It's a double TP. Xiaohu about to turn Mega as well. Looking for a way in because the Ocean Drake is on the map and EDG want the soul point for themselves. In goes Xiaohu with the 3-man Gnar. The Shockwave is in and it's absolute chaos in the fight. Scout on the backside, but he's alone in the world. Viper jumps out the far side of the fight as Gala gets a double kill for himself. Scout trying to escape, but Xiaohu will not let EDG's mid laner go. He's the better mid and he's playing in the top lane. Wei chasing down onto Viper now, and it's a huge fight for RNG. It's the sole point, though, for EDG.
Munchables, and they're making the play to end. This is what they need to do. They have a 40-second death timer on Scout, 30-second death timer on Flandre. Wei, just stop. Keep stopping these recalls. Push down mid because Xiaohu found the massive opportunity.
So Wei stopping the recall from Viper here, keeping him busy, sacrificing his life potentially as he finally goes down. They're onto the Nexus Towers. Is this the way that RNG makes it to final? JJ pulls the wave for the second game in this series. JJ stalls the minion wave. He sacrifices his life.
We're pretty much looking at what summoners are up, who has things like their GA available, for who's going to win a fight. Xiaohu!
He's gone way too deep on this one. He's feared, but he's about to turn Mega, and he is real tanky. Gets the ult off, but he goes down for his trouble. Ming went too far to try and save the top laner. Straight at him, he'll get... You know, he's a tanky Udyr. He's only got 2 items. Look how many items the carries have. He cannot just run into this team. Now EDG will crack the mid lane inhibitor for themselves. It's neutral. Wait. Mid lane.
Yeah, that's the thing is EDG need to respect the Mega Gnar bar coming up for Xiaohu. They can't walk through that choke point. Xiaohu's doing a fantastic job of just zoning them out.
He's stunned against the wall, turns into Mega though, but can't get anything done. That's going to be a splash use,
What?
and Ming goes in as he goes out. The shockwave, though, can turn it around. Flandre turns golden. Way's dead in the backline. Flandre flashes out safety. The scan of the week from Scout just turns the fight on his head, and maybe EDG can hold on to this one. 2 for 1. Might this one away if RNG stay. They have to back away. They realize it. It's going to be completely denied. In the meantime, Flandre is doing the Elder Drake. Everything's going the way of EDG right now. We could be looking at the full 5 games.
And now they're just going to pivot to Baron themselves. I love that you highlight that Way was down because, honestly, JJ probably could have just walked up with only one other member of EDG and just be like, hey, guys, I have Smite. And instantly RNG would need to back off the objective. I mean...
For them to push sideways with the Baron buff, I'm not going to lie, but they want to just end the game. They're going to take this mid inhib again. The wave is pushing in, and they're going to try and dive the Nexus here, Lyric.
I think the thing they're afraid of is giving RNG an opportunity to get on top of them in a 5v4 because, right, we're so late in the game, everyone's close to full build, you just burst the enemy team instantly if you catch someone out.
Let's see if anyone's caught out. EDG just going to stay clumped up and look to try and finish things. They're getting onto the Nexus towers with these Baron minions, but not really committing.
Oh!
There's the ulti in. The combo is just too beautiful from EDG. Gala is alone in the world. He's trying his best, but there's nothing you can do against 5. The Elder is too strong. The ult combo is too strong. The scat of the week from Scout again as EDG take us to Silver Scrapes.
You said it, Munchable.
I was hoping for a little bit of Zoe action, but you know what? After the last game, I don't blame them for just locking in this intro for Scout. He looked amazing on it.
Munchables.
Feels like...
But hitting on that Corki pick, right? This is why we didn't anticipate it or expect it to come when we saw draft, because it is so punishable. But Flandre might be punished
Flandre's
himself.
in trouble. He's pushed too far up the lane. Wei looks for the stun. Will be able to find it. One more auto from Xiao, who flashes for the kill.
As well, you have Ghost. He's low. He has Flash, but I don't think it matters. I think you have the damage.
Cryan's doomed on this one. There is the ulti stunt available. He's just going to let JJ do it. Doesn't need to risk his life. Who get the Emperor of Spring ahead. He's on the Gnar, and Flandre's looking for the all-in, but he can't win the 1v1 right now. Xiao, who's quite handedly winning this one, gets the hyper, has the boomerang, and he might just be able to finish off the kill by himself. The stun comes through from Wei at the end for an assist, but let's be honest, that was pretty much a 1v1.
I also love how consciously Wei is making the effort to make sure that Xiaohu gets all these kills. They want Xiaohu to be the big carry. The
Drake so far, that first one did go the way of EDG. Wei trying to make something happen onto Mako, but again, he's on that Rakan. Might be able to jump away, but the Pulverize stops it. Mako jumps on out. The shield isn't enough. And the kill goes the way. That he can't just sit on the Gnar all game. Cryan moving in, but he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage just yet. Xiaohu's about to hit Mega. That's a good scat of the week, and Cryan is real low. In goes Xiaohu and sets him up for Cryan to knock him down. But Cryan went down, actually, and Xiaohu's in trouble. Scout's still going strong in this fight. It's all gone wrong for RNG. The fight that they started blows up in their face. Now Mako's in trouble. JJ trying to get his support out to safety. All things considered, it's moving up to the top side. They've got a Scuttlecrab, a Herald as well, to look for a tower in Flandre. I think he's not long for this world, unfortunately for him. Xiaohu range, get a couple more autos. The Demolish will finish the tower, and that'll be the first tower of the game taken by RNG. And with that, EDG off of the back of these early advantages, especially how much damage Scout is going to be doing right now.
Serve as that engage, can't serve as that front line, but they need to start building up Xiaohu's rage bar again. You know, he also needs to be a... Oh,
no,
Ming goes in!
Ming just goes in for it. 4v5 here. Featherstorm across the team. EDG health bar's low. It will be 1-for-1, though, ultimately. It's still okay. Viper is still going strong. Herald about to reset here.
Right now, setting up for this dragon.
Xiaohu trying to move in. He's about to hit Mega, but he's knocked up. It's going to be a knock-up only onto Mako, but that's still a pick. Scat of the week, again, is huge from Scout to deny the follow-up from RNG. And Flandre's just off to the side. Even though EDG lose a member, they're kind of fine because they can just continue to poke out in these skirmishes. They don't need the all-in. Another Scat of the week here. And now with the TP coming through, can they actually stay? EDG playing with fire just a little bit. Xiaohu exhausted in mini Gnar. The whole team spotted out by the blue trinket. Ming takes another hit, another Void Seeker. EDG still contesting this. Ming is real low, and EDG want themselves a 4v5. Xiaohu about to turn Mega again, but his ult is on cooldown. Dragon goes the way of RNG, and now they get straight out of dodge.
Ooh, they're going to find it. Scout of the
they?
Week does hit, but no... Oh, God, Viper does it!
Viper the sniper!
You know what? One thing I really want to point out on the scoreboard right now is Viper on 200 CS, 30 up on his lane opponent. He has a Kraken Slayer. He's going for the Collector. When he hits time to show up on this Kaiser, he's set up for success. He's looking great so far today. Can he be the difference maker as RNG siege down
Scout.
in the mid lane? They
Power
get
Spike coming out with that. And then to me, it's going to be about how do EDG play it, because we've seen all of
This
EDG.
would be sole point if EDG are able to get it for themselves.
And we're looking Xiaohu's ultimate plus the package combo.
Oh, but the Scout of the Week denies it, and Xiaohu will turn Mega, but he will not have the opportunity to do it while he's jumping in. Gala takes a Shock Blast as well. And honestly, with that early damage, maybe this is just Drake giving over. Xiaohu's recall does have TP available if he wants to commit.
All they feel is pain.
And do you know what? On that thought process, on the Xayah with only 2 items on the core key, it doesn't feel like they're in a position where they really want to force fights. But then again, I've been wrong before, Lyric. Flandre is caught out, has to flash. Wei trying to chase this one down, but changing forms. Wei flashes underneath the tower, has a lot of damage to himself. Xiaohu Goomba stomps Flandre to finish the kill, but it's answered as Viper flies in. He doesn't need AP to carry this. Too much towards Xiaohu, and that is a lot of damage from Flandre. He's 0 and 5, and he's still one-shot people. Here we go. Huge engage from Ming. That could be the opportunity, but Ming's maybe stepped too far. He's pretty tanky, though, and Flandre's the first one to go down. RNG get a good start to the fight. Scout looking for a stun here. Buy themselves 10 seconds, and then Flandre can rejoin the fight. EDG getting rid of some wards and grouping up for this one, but RNG know that they can just start this one off. Xiaohu jumps in with the Mega Gnar. The ultimate's coming out. Cryan gets out with his life, and Scout has fallen. Mako has fallen. Everybody has fallen. Viper, the carry that EDG needed, cannot carry 4v5, and the Drake goes the way of RNG. He got destroyed in the laning phase, but it doesn't matter, because when it matters the most in these teams, RNG in such a commanding position. They have a huge gold lead to work with. They've got 2 Drakes. They got the Baron, importantly. Scout pushing up in the top side at least gets a tier 1, but he's trading a lot for that because they just can't clear the waves here. They can't deal with the Baron. It's a good Shock Blast from Flandre. JJ is off on a flank. Maybe he can get a good ulti. Gala's the target. Featherstorm keeps him alive for now. The ulti's still not able to come out from JJ. He just goes down. He never gets to use it. Scout of the Week is there. RNG might be on the cusp of finding their way to the final. The pick on the enemy jungler isn't quite enough. They don't pull the trigger just yet. They move towards the bottom side instead and look for another inhibitor.
Man, Flandre might be 0 and 6, but his poke is doing so much work in these 10 situations. He's chunking them down low. He's forcing them off a lot of objectives, as we see there. Team in Botside River when fighting for Dragon, they found the engage, and now they have 2 inhibitors down. Xiaohu might be caught out, though.
They want to find the pick. It's Xiaohu, the Emperor of Spring himself, has been caught out. Maybe this is the moment. There isn't any neutral objectives up, but RNG are going to use this as momentum. Way happy to tank the tower. Recall's coming out from EDG, but this is going to be a 3rd inhib. They can't get back in time. Sure, you've killed Xiaohu, but what does it matter when your base is in shambles? In they go. JJ steps on forward, has a little bit of healing, but he just goes down. This is 4v4. The rest of the team isn't here, and RNG are winning out. Flandre now trying to survive. Viper looking for a kill onto Wei, and RNG are stuck inside the base. Or maybe the base is stuck with them because the towers are going to start falling. RNG forces the fight. Scout still going strong. Cryan trying to get the damage out. Featherstorm used now as Viper has to be the carry. Scout of the Week goes down onto Cryan, but Scout's caught himself. He goes down now. It's Viper and Flandre to hold EDG's hopes high. Can they do the impossible? Down go the towers. RNG, they want the redemption after a year's slump. They come back. The Emperors of Spring have done it, and RNG make it to finals.